Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today we're a little bit behind, but today's going to be the second half of my what sold for last weekend, which was August 8th through the 10th. Sales at that point were still way below average, but they were about to get worse that Monday.
But then they got better.
But now they've gotten better, and I am not going to complain. We're just kind of averaging every day now, so I'm happy. All right, I've got 2 sales on Etsy, some on eBay, and then two I think on our new store that I'm going to share with you. No just grand big sales, but just some decent, continuing on, some bread and butter, some a little bit better, and just kind of plodding through the slowdown as it's been for the last couple months, it seems. First thing that sold on Etsy was this Eden Raymond Briggs Snowman plush. I think this was a bin's find, so it wouldn't have been, a dollar and a half maybe. Sold on Etsy for $49.95. So that was a really, really nice sale. And then I sold this. This sold as a $10 offer. It was Micro Machines, Star Trek. Yesterday I started getting some messages from the buyer and from Etsy that I guess when either he or his child opened up the package, that green part came off of something that you're seeing in the photo there. Etsy's asking him for more information. They haven't really asked me for anything. So it's going to be interesting to see how Etsy deals with cases like this when, he admits that the twist ties broke this off.
He didn't undo the twist ties and he broke it when he was removing it.
Right.
That's essentially what happened.
Yeah, so we'll see. I've never had an issue like this on Etsy, so it'll be, it's a learning thing. We'll see how Etsy responds. I'll give you guys an update. I haven't heard anything else today. And then on eBay. I thought I had mentioned the other day in a haul that I had another little smile face, and I thought I had sold one of the smile face plush. This one is from Flowers Inc. Balloon. Cute little sunflower with the smile face. Sold for $9 in less than a month. All right, anytime I'm selling bears right now, especially stuff that's been listed a long time, I'm thrilled because at this point I've been pulling them and getting rid of them through the guy that picks up the stuff from us. Just because, they've been listed for a long time, they hadn't sold. It's time to make them gone. But this was, the brand was Animal Toy, and it was just a little rainbow bear, vintage, sold for $24.95. I would have been sending 30 and 40% offers off on that, and the fact that it sold for full price is just amazing. All right. Fisher-Price Loving Family. This is actually to the Dream Doll house. This was the swing that attached to the front porch of one of the houses. I knew that it was going to be worth something when I found it at the bins. And it sold again in less than a month for $22.50. Braun food processor. Was this the one that every single piece has... Yeah, Every single piece to this food processor that we've sold has been an international sale through eBay International. Every one. It's like somebody from somewhere brought it, donated it to a churchyard sale where we picked it up, and it's only reselling in Europe. It's just been crazy. But we sold the food pusher to this food processor for $15.25. Build-A-Bear Penguin Plush sold for $27.06. It was a very, very old listing. ThermoServe plastic tumblers. These have been listed since 2023. I think I picked them up at my favorite little estate sale company. They were dated 1984 and they sold for $23. I used to pick up a lot of thermoserve. I haven't recently. It just doesn't seem to be selling like it used to. Probably there's exceptions, you know, things that are just more mid-century colors maybe. I'm not quite sure. American Girl gymnastic mat and coffee cup. That's why I couldn't find that coffee cup. I had put it in with this lot. I've got another one. So now I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But this set sold for $12. Again, another one that was less than a month. All right, this is, I've got two back to back. I think these were from the high bid estate sale that I won a while back. I had finished up some of the smalls at the beginning of last year when I was doing my cleaning off of my profit piles. These were from Arby's. They're little carabiners, and they sold for $10.76. And this also was from that high bid estate sale. I got a whole, like, I want to say 8 or 10 of these Hardee's kids wallets. This one was orange. Funny thing is I think I've sold another one here recently. It's like, you know, they've been listed forever, and then I sell one, and then I sell another one. This one sold for $11.66. Matchstick men's navy cargo pants sold for $17. They've been listed just about a year. Lincoln logs. Anytime I can find the tracks, the trains, the horses, the figures, I do very well with them. They do not stick around very long. People are always looking for replacements. This 3 cars, which I'm pretty sure I picked up at the bins, sold for $22.45.
You ready for a card?
Sure.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? These things sometimes have things at the bottom. They probably always do. I just don't always think to read it. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. This is Leo Tolstoy.
Mm-hmm. You change one thing, I think I would have taken better care of my health. I mean, I'm somewhat healthy, but I didn't stay physically fit like I was in my younger days.
Well, that's a past thing. What would you change today?
Today? I don't know. I'm happy with myself. I don't know. You go.
Apparently I'm perfect too, so
Yes, you are.
I wouldn't overthink things so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Give me a hint.
It's all right. You're perfect. Don't worry about it.
I just wish I had taken better, not taken my health for granted, you know. That's my big thing, because I struggle now with just different things.
I went to the gym today.
I didn't. I wasn't feeling well. Speaking of not feeling well. All right, back to eBay. This was a Scentsy Buddy Patch the Dog plush with a little nursery scent pack. I don't think I'm going to pick these up very often without definitely checking them. It was a quick sale, so, you know, it did okay. It sold for $14.95. I picked up a couple of hand crocheted blankets, baby blankets, at a sale many years ago. And this is probably the first one out of that whole bunch that sold. It's probably something I'm going to end up pulling at some point. But this little baby blanket sold for $11.66. Columbia men's pants sold for $14.17. They've been listed a year. Bob the Builder Muck the Dump Truck was supposed to make sounds but wasn't. Had corroded batteries. I just make sure I take pictures of everything and explain that it's no longer working. A lot of them don't, from back in the early 2000s. It still sold $8.96. Gund Pusheen mini clip-on plushes. One was a Pusheenasaurus, the other one was a cat. Sold in about 2 months, $10.75. I don't pick up a whole lot of pushing anymore. The Petting Zoo Great Wolf Lodge plush. This one was from 2009. Took almost 2 years to sell, $11.66. All right, Little Jellycat Pink Rabbit Lovey sold for $13.45. Again, another one of my old listings, and a bear. So I'm glad that it sold before it got included in the Great Purge. Sold for $9.86. Aurora Purely Luxe Pink Rabbit Plush. These are so soft. This one sold for $18. Build-A-Bear, another one. This one is Great Wolf Lodge. Sold for $13.45. Some of these I think sold while we were on vacation, so I'm not remembering that these actually sold, which is kind of interesting. Or Robert's packed them, and I don't always help pack, so it's interesting to see the things that sold very quickly. Cloud Island Brown Sloth Lovey sold very, very quickly. I think probably the same day I listed it, $24.95. I think somebody made a comment when we shared this in a haul that every time they find these, they sell instantly. Definitely one to keep your eyes out for. Crazy Shirts. San Francisco sweatshirt. I applied to work at Crazy Shirts one time. Didn't get hired. I was going to try to be an inventory manager right after I got out of the military. So it was interesting to find a shirt by them. This one sold for $22.21. Gund Tiger Cub plush from 1982. Another really nice sell, $43.95. And last but not least on this eBay account was this Playmobil City Action Police Robot with no accessories, sold for $8.96. Now let me show you what sold in the other store. I only have one thing to share from the other store. It was these American Eagle women's cargo pants, sold for $17.71. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. It's quitting time for me. I'm tired. I didn't sleep well.
You didn't sleep much at all last night.
Just not feeling well, so say a little prayer for me. But I'm going to get better. I'm on antibiotics again. All right, y'all. Get to work. Bye.